In today's tutorial we're going to explore stitch-cation with another motif example, and this is from the Lennox throw, and this is a great little motif that you can use in order to really accent your pieces. So let's begin to learn how to do this next. So let's begin. We're going to start off with a magic circle, a size 6mm size J crochet hook, and this is Bernat Super Value that we're working with today. So to do a magic circle we're just going to put the yarn in front of your palm of your hand just like this. Just use 2 fingers and just wrap, and then coming up and over on a diagonal like so. Insert your hook underneath your fingers right into the gapping spaces where you can get them, and just reach under and grab this string that's crossing over diagonally, and then what you have to just do is just grab that yarn again. It's right over here. Just insert underneath, use your fingers to help you, and just pull through that loop, and that will lock this ring into position. And if you're tight with the tension like I am, it's a little harder, but it's very doable. And this makes a magic circle. And what you want to do is every time you're playing in the circle you want to make sure that the stitches go over top of the 2 strings, so you can just pull this string and everything will come nicely together. So let's begin our next part. So let's begin our next round. We are going to start off by chaining a 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we want to put 15 trebles into the center ring. We make sure that you do go over top both of these strings. So to do a treble is just wrap and wrap into the center of the ring, pull through 2, 2, and 2. We're gonna be using the color green for 2 rounds, so this is 1 round of the 2, and this is a really kind of a neat concept. So just continue to treble for 15 times. Now remember, the first one of chaining 3 counts as a treble, so that you will have a total of 16. It's important with any of these motifs for stitch-cation that all of your counts are accurate as you go around, because they need to attach to each other in the right spots. So okay, so I got 1, 2, and I'm counting the first chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 7. This is 8. This is 9. This is 10. It's 11. 12. Okay, 13. 14. 15 and 16. So what I want to do is I want to double check before I do anything further. I'm known to lose count or forget numbers. So 1, 2, and I need to count 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Once I'm satisfied I'm just going to join it to the top of the beginning chain 4 and just as a slip stitch and pull through and through. So now that I've done that I want to take this middle string and just pull it tight. Okay, just pull it firmly, don't over tighten it, and it brings everything together just like this. So what I want to do is that I want to carry on to the next one using the same color. Of course the color changes are up to you. You can change them at any time and not follow my instructions for that. So let's begin. We're simply just going to chain 1 and then single crochet into the same spot as to join. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to chain 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, and then coming into the next one that you have available to you, okay, the next stitch is a single crochet. So let's begin again. So you're going to single crochet into the next one, okay, and then chain 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Coming into the next one for a single crochet, and then single crochet into the next one. Continue to do that all the way around. You should end up with a total of 8 of these large loops by the time you're done. When you get all the way back around we just have to make sure we get into our final slip stitch, our single crochet, and then we're just gonna slip stitch to the beginning single crochet that we started with to bring it all together just like this. I'm going to show you only one time on how to fasten off with this project, and all of the stitch-cation videos are like that. I only show it once, and so I just trim it and pull through, and what I want to do is that I want to feed this yarn through the chain work that we're gonna go. Now in the next part of this one is that we're going to be going right over top of these chains. So I just put about 2 inches, maybe 3, just kind of putting it in there so it gets really stuck underneath everything so that you don't see it popping through. Once you're satisfied, just simply trim your yarn and trim that beginning one that you pulled shut, and then you're ready for the next part. To begin the next round, we want to start off with a slip knot. This is how I'm joining it. I'm doing it slightly different from the pattern just so that you're aware. I want to pick this up and I want to start off in a chain 11 space anywhere, but start off right in the beginning here because you're gonna be going all the way across just like this. So we're just gonna join it. So just going in and putting it in as a join, and this is how I kind of join my stuff. And I simply want to chain 1 and I want to single crochet 5 times into this same space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And what I want to do at this point then is I want to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, coming into the same space for another 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now because you've gone around the chain like so, these slide anywhere. So in order to stabilize the slide, they recommend just right in between the 2 single crochets right here, just have a slip stitch. And what that will do is it'll force it to always kind of pull down toward the center. So what you've done here is that the top here, the chaining of 3, is the join for the next one. Okay, and then because you've slip stitched here is that it will always make sure that it pulls it straight down so it doesn't get it doesn't ever get back up. So you're just gonna start off the next chain 11 space, another 5 single crochets. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then I want you to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then 5 back in to the same space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then slip stitch in between the 2 single crochets down here to pull it down. So you'll notice it kind of like buckled that one there. No big deal, it just has to be stretched and things just moved around, and when you get the next round anyway it's gonna pull everything to be consistent. So okay, so 5 single crochets, chain 3, 5 single crochets, and then a slip stitch in between. Please do that all the way around. When you get all the way back around, just simply slip stitch into where you in between, just like you had been, but you're not quite done yet. You need to stabilize it by slip stitching it to the first single crochet as well, so that will pull everything nicely together. Please fasten that off, and we're going to get our next color ready for the next 2 rounds. Okay, the next round is really easy. To start off with a slip knot, and it's so easy it's not even funny. So what I want you to do is that you will notice that it probably doesn't look completely stabilized and whatever. I'm not even worrying about that at this point. These rounds are gonna pull itself together and make it look really cool. So just have to just be patient. So you have a chain 3 space that are right in the top of each one of the petals, and so that's where we're gonna play next. So we're just gonna go right into a chain 3 space, and let's fasten on our yarn. And I'm going to chain 1 and then single crochet into the same space. Okay, so what we're going to do is that we want to go all the way around, and this time we want to chain 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and then just come to the next chain 3 space that's in the next petal and just stabilize it with the single crochet. So you're gonna notice in the original is that it appears that there's 2 rounds, which it is. This is what we're doing right now, that's attaching it to the petal, and then we're gonna come back and then just thicken up this chain with another round. So if you're thinking something's off, it's not off, it's 2 rounds. So again, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and then coming back into the next petal, top chain 3 gap space, okay, single crochet. Please do that all the way around and you'll see that it's starting to come together. When you get all the way back around, you have your chain 9. Just simply attach it with the slip stitch to the first single crochet. And please leave on this color. We're going to go out one more time to go all the way around. If you change your color right now, you'll end up with these red strings just popping out, and then a different color here. That's kind of a cool effect too. So you get to play with your own ideas and what you think is good for you. Let's begin our next round. To begin the next round, all you just need to do is just single crochet around this chain, and you want to put 10 single crochets around this chain. See this straggler that I have? I'm just gonna trap it underneath and get it stuck into there so it's really hidden. So we have 1 and just go around the chain, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. And then what you have to do is skip over this next single crochet and just go right into the next chain space, and you want to put another 10 in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 and 10. Again, skip over the next single crochet and another 10 into there. So continue to do that same thing all the way around. So when I'm coming up all the way back around, I have my 10 in. I just simply join it to the beginning single crochet with the slip stitch and then fasten this off, and the final round is next, and we'll explain a little bit more about that in a sec. So as I've explained in the Stitch-cation book, I want you to do all of the rounds except for the final round for all of the motifs before moving on to the connecting process. The final round we need to connect with the neighbor, but because there's 6 different types of motifs, you know, where they go in the motif may be up to something that you want to be completely random. So what I would recommend is that doing all of them and stop right here and then come back to this video when you're ready to do all the connecting. I'm obviously gonna carry on in this video on showing you how to connect. So this is what it would look like if you were not to connect. Now you will notice that the outside of the afghan, there's nothing connecting to it, so you will have sides that are just perfect like this. And then you're gonna have other ones where I already have them starting to attach to each other, and when they attach to a neighbor, for example, they always attach straight across from each other. So just straight across, and you will end up with a small gap that's right in here, and there's a small connector motif that's in that particular space. So whenever you're joining these motifs, they will always be up vertically from each other, okay, and horizontally straight across. So there's gonna be another one right up here going straight across, so it'll attach here as well as to this one right here when we're ready to go. And I'm going to show you how to do that particular one right now, and this is part of that. So let's begin, and I'm gonna put this aside and get this ready for the join. So let's begin with the slip knot to start, and what I want to do is that I want to just pull apart this work. So just kind of pull, and do you see how a gap is just showing up right here? It shows up in each one of these in between where these are joining. I want you to go into that gapping space. It's to begin, and I want you to insert your hook and attach your yarn on, and I want you to start the chain 5. Okay, so let's do a chain 5. This counts as a treble plus 1 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then I want you to treble back into the same space. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to show you how to do a corner without attaching, which is coming up shortly. And then once you have this treble done, chain 1, and then what I'm gonna show you is how to do the attaching. Okay. So basically every corner exists of 3 trebles with a chain 1 in between here and here. So we're going to get smaller, so we're gonna work our way across the chain, the single crochets. The next 2 are going to be a double each, a double crochet. The next one will be a half double crochet, and then the next one, next 3 will be single crochet. So it'll be 3 of them. 1, 2 and 3, and then we just want to get bigger again. So the next one will be a half double. The next 2 will be a double crochet each, and this will take you right back to where the next gapping space is. That's right here. So this time I'm going to show you how to do the corner. So we're gonna wrap and wrap, and we're going to treble into that space. Okay, chain 1 and treble once again, and this is the middle one of the 3 trebles. So if I want to attach it to a neighbor without sewing, I'm just gonna take the loop out, or take the hook out, expose the loop, and I want to come into the right side looking straight down, and straight down on this one as well to the right side, and I want to attach it to the appropriate one. So lay it down on a table, and I want to attach to these 2 right here. So I have to make sure that I'm getting to the first one. If I attach this one here, it's gonna run into here, so I have to make sure I'm watching where it goes. So I'm just going to look for the treble, the middle one of the adjacent one, and come straight down into the stitch, grab the loop from what I was working on, just like this, and then chain 1 to lock it, okay, and then treble back again into that same space. So now I don't have to sew anything, I just have to crochet as I go. So let's move across this line. So we're going to come down, and the next 2 will be double crochet each. So it's just like what you've already done. The next one's a half double, and the next 3 are singles. So 1, we purposely designed this so each one of the rotations on the final are all the same, so that it's easy to remember. Okay, the next one is a half double, as we're gonna get bigger again, and the next 2 are doubles each. And then you're back into the gap space for the next one. Okay, so treble into the gap space for the first one, chain 1, treble back into the gap space for the second one. This is the middle one. Take the hook out, get to the next one that's available to you. Okay, it's straight in, it's the middle one of the 3, pull the loop through, okay, and then lock it with the chain 1 and then treble back in. So you want to do that every time you need to lock it to your neighbor. So you're gonna continue to move around. So what's gonna happen on this next one here is that we are going to attach it to the other one right here and create this whole middle gapping space next. So before we can do that, we just have to continue the same pattern. So we're gonna double for 2 in a row. Okay, we're going to half the next one. The next 3 are singles. Okay, the next one's a half. The next 2 are doubles. Okay, back into the next chain space just like you see, and just treble for the first one, chain 1, treble for the second one, which is the middle one, and then basically at this point we want to attach it again. So if you're running into another one, so we're gonna attach again. Okay, so you see what's going on. Okay, so we're gonna attach it to this neighbor over here, and just coming down straight on the middle one of the trebles. I would recommend you do this on a table. It's just easier to see where they are. It's easy to accidentally get the wrong one. Lock it with the 1 chain, chain 1, and then treble back into the same one. Move along again across, and then the next corner that you run into, you'll attach it once again just like this straight across. So continue to do that, and I'll meet you back here in just a moment. When you get all the way back around, you're just gonna finish the pattern off as normal. You're gonna finish off with 2 double crochets and then just join it to the 4th one up. Don't join to the 5th, and then just fasten that off as normal. So now what you have when you've attached them here is that you can see that we have gone all the way around, and we are starting to attach, and we're left with a hole in the middle. So to fill that hole in, we need to do a connector. So that's it for today. The motif is now done, attached, and ready to go, and you can continue to assemble your Afghan as you go, and you can play around with a lot of the different motifs in order to make it really quite unique. Till next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of Yarnspirations as well as the Crochet Crowd. Have a fabulous day. We'll see you real soon. Bye bye.